Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Brad, Wild Boys Brewery, doing another malt experiment beer. On this one we're doing Avangard Pilsner. It's Under the Table Brewing's Dry Stout. Brad and Nate Pekoc, also known as Fresh and Elder P. Let's get into it. Nice hiss. These were all carved to 1.5, bottle conditioned, so we'd have more uniformity across the board. A lot of us do kegging, but if you got other stuff on tap and you got them set at a higher PSI, it's kind of hard to carve these up to 1.5. Black, khaki head. Just like the rest of them, chocolate and coffee. But this one does have a significantly less malt backbone aroma than the one I just did. I just did Kirk Sexton's Chris Maris Otter. This one's more dry smelling. It's got a more Pilsner malt smell to it. If kind of got that real dry, crackery type aroma to it, but it still comes across very similar to the rest of them. I don't expect a lot of difference in these, but black, nice nose. Let's get into it. Cheers. Totally different flavor as far as the malt goes. This one's more clean and dry than the Maris Otter was, which I expect. Very nice. This is Pilsner malt. If I didn't mention that already, I think I did. We had a pretty nice variety of different malts that we used. I used American Two-Row, Great Western. Kirk used Maris Otter from Crisp, which is English. SJ used Munich and Amber. The Munich liquid malt extract and some amber DME to bump it up to get his gravity. Wally used Crisp Glen Eagles Maris Otter, and then this one's the Avangard Pils, which is German. So we've got quite a few different countries being represented in the experiment. It's amazing how much difference the malt makes in it. This one comes across more as this one's got a dark chocolate smell to it on the nose, with the adjunct malts playing with it, which is some flake barley and some black malt. That's it. It's got some East Kent Golding hops in it and some Irish L 1040, or excuse me, Irish 1084 for the yeast. This one's warmed up probably in the high 40s, low 50s. Very nicely brewed beer, no off flavors, very smooth, correct carbonation. I got a lot of coffee off of some of them so far. I'm not getting so much coffee off this one. I'm getting more of a dark chocolate is what I'm getting off this. And I imagine it's got something to do with the way the adjuncts are playing with the base malts. And it's probably some slight differences in the adjuncts too, because we didn't all use the exact same thing from the same maltster. There is some coffee there, but it is a more milder, toned down version of the coffee that I've got off of a couple of the other ones. This one's a little bit more chocolate forward, but it's more dry than the Maris Otter was. I actually like the Pilsner malt in it pretty good. Hadn't had any of them I didn't like. There are quite a bit of difference between them too. It's subtle. Drinking them back to back, a couple of them at a time over the, from one day to the next, you can notice more difference. I'd say if you drank these, weeks apart, you wouldn't notice that much difference, maybe a little, but there is some subtle differences, which is the whole point of the experiment. I'm not a big fan of Pilsner Malt, I'll go ahead and tell you that, but I really do like the way this Avangard Pilsner Malt is playing in this recipe, and I would probably use it in this. Very smooth, very nice drinking beer. I probably said this on every one of them, but you can just, these things just go down so nice. I say pound them, but I really don't pound beers. I don't sit down and drink a lot of them at a time. I'll drink 3 or 4 and quit, but you can get through 3 or 4 of these pretty quick. And at 4.2 to 4.8 or whatever the range was on these, they're not going to terribly mess you up. So I'm going to wrap this up. Real nice drinking beer. Great job, guys. Really enjoyed it, and I've enjoyed all of them. So nobody's brewed a bad beer yet. And so looking forward to the next one. I'll see you guys on the next Malt Experiment beer review. Cheers.